and I'll just
All
put it
right,
right
you
here.
ready for this? 90% of the time, when I ask a candidate their salary expectations, they just go right ahead and tell me. Or even worse, they tell me what they're currently making. I never ask that question. One, it's illegal in some states. I cannot ask you what you're currently making. I don't care. I truly don't care. That information, though, is lethal in the wrong hands. But because I'm ethical, I just say, oh, you don't need to tell me that information. But candidates love to overshare their current compensation. The 10% of candidates that actually Uno reverse me and say, oh, well, I was curious to know what the budget is for this position. My response to that is I just tell them honestly what the budget is for the position. It's really as simple as that. Because what I don't want to do is start off on the wrong foot where there's this mistrust and they're asking me and I'm asking them and they're asking me. I don't want to do the back and forth. I don't have time for that. Also, it's just wrong, right? So I ask you a question and you want to throw it back on me? Fine. I'll go first. Here's the budget of this position.
Throw it back on me.
Is this in alignment with
I'm too
what you're
free.
looking for at this current time? That's all.
No, I'm glad she said that. If somebody said I use Glassdoor first, I mean, so you technically can look at a bunch of roles and see what they kind of say they may pay average, but that still may not be what that role is paying. And then you can judge what your research is based on what it's paying and see if you think it's fair. But always, always see what they are going to pay for the role. Never tell them what you get paid. It has no bearings on the role you're applying to.
Yeah,
It don't matter at
it
all.
actually doesn't matter.
And sometimes they'll try to lowball you or say, oh well, you said you was only making $100,000. You'll take 105, 110. It's more than you making now. When the person who didn't tell them what they was making, they got paid $140,000.
That part.
So I always tell them, hey, what's the budget? Before I give you a range, I want to know what are the jobs and duties of this role so I can accurately scale what I believe it's worth. You can do auto statistics. You don't have to give them a number. Let them always flip it back on them.
It definitely be like we should do a skit. Not right immediately, not right now, but we should do a skit. That would be funny. What we typically see people do, and then how to maneuver in that.
Yeah, we can
Let
do
me
that.
find out we finna be doing skits.
We've been supposed to been doing skits.
Oh, oh, okay. Why you look at me
You
like
need to do a
that?
you need to do
Why
a skit for
you
your
look?
you need to
I
do a skit
do.
for your book.
I do. I do.
You need to do a skit for you. Okay, guys. We got one more for y'all. Also, I need to put a poll in here, but like, what's your ideal runtime for this? I was doing a little bit of um looking through my analytics and saw that you guys really liked the stuff that was like a little bit under than 2 hours. And so if you can see here today, I tried to keep it under that, but we had some like minor setbacks a little bit. But I'm gonna try to stay under 2 hours for the most part. But if y'all want us to go long, we can go long. And this is the last one. This is one I think people need to see because you always have these people from the government having issues going private and they don't really understand the landscape of going
Recruiters
private.
aren't going to tell you this, but I don't care, so here it goes. If you've spent most of your career working in the public sector, like working for the government or anything like that, and you're looking to transition into private, corporate, it is going to be a little difficult for you because most of the times when hiring managers, recruiters, whoever look at government resumes, they just immediately say, no, it goes into the trash. Because the government just does things differently. The processes are different, the titles are different, the pay is different, and the systems that the government uses are usually proprietary to the government. Sometimes they'll use some out of the box systems in government, but for the most part, they are proprietary to the government. No one on the outside knows how to use them, and that means you as an employee coming into the private sector, you're not going to know how to use the out of the box systems that we use on this side. So there's more training involved and they just don't want to deal with it. So if you are looking to pivot, I would advise you to have someone take a look at your resume and optimize it for private companies that you'll be applying to. If you need some
1,000.
help, definitely reach out to me. I am offering career consulting services. My link is in my bio. Feel free to book some time with me so that way we can discuss optimizing your resume and getting you, optimized for those type of roles. Hope that helps.
Yeah, no, she's right. And not only that, when it comes to, and well, some person said, well, they should just stay in public and get the pension. There's been people that's had to go, some of the, I don't know if they were federal workers, but they might have had like a GovTech type of role with like a contractor that when your boy came into office, messed a lot of that stuff up for them. And so they were finding it hard. Hey, I never touched this. I never did that. Like what the private is looking for what they did. So a lot of times I try to figure out, okay, what did you guys use for this, or what tool you use for this or this, and see if what is similar to. And a lot of times,
but the gag is that you have to know even about a tool, and I'll leave it there.
You can embellish though. You definitely can embellish. Also,
no, I'm saying even you as you're working with them, you even have to know, okay, what tool were you using and how can I map that? You have to know about other tools to map it to any tool.
No, that's facts. And then also one of the things she didn't talk about, we talked about, I don't know if that's what we talked about before camera or what, but like, no, we talked about this in the PIP situation, the training part. People from the government sector to private have a hard time understanding that the training or lack of like the training that they would get there, where like they literally show them how to do everything, don't really exist much on the private side unless the company has the budget where they actually give you 90 days of training and then you on your actual thing, where some places within 2 days they expect you to work or expect you to catch on super fast because they don't have the time for you to be sitting around. So that's another thing of where sometimes it's different. We know in that government sector, it takes a long time for changes to happen, where in private, some organizations is quick.
And that's why companies that have good training, regardless of the industry, those people always get hired. Like Enterprise. Enterprise has amazing training. Those folks get hired anywhere. IBM, great training, especially from the sales space.
Target.
Target
do got good training.
Dang, you made me forget because you play too much.
You talking about Enterprise Rental Car?
Yeah.
Did you see the Desi Banks had a skit with them?
No.
Talking about how I be working at Enterprise. I'm going to show it to you. It's funny. Government often doesn't make turning money around their first party. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times they're understaffed. One of the things we wanted to talk about today was about how I think Trump is like slashing CISA's budget by like $700 million. And we're going to see definitely how that's going to backtrack on them. Or maybe they're going to try to put Mythos in there and see what it's going to do, which I still think is going to be a huge issue. Yeah, somebody said that Desi skit was hilarious. Yeah, we going to, if I had it downloaded, we could watch it. I just don't feel like getting copyright stricken or anything. But yeah, y'all still got time. It's like 6:00 here. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7. If you on the West Coast, it's 4:00.